Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. In addition to Carly and Brennan discussing the future, General Hospital spoilers for Monday, July 21, 2025 will also focus on Dante giving Anna food for thought and Jason getting nostalgic. Carly, Laura Wright, and Brennan, Chris McKenna, each have their own busy lives, and so sometimes they don't get to spend all that much quality time together. On Monday, the two get to do just that, and at the Metro Court pool to boot. Look for the conversation to get a bit deep when Carly and Brennan discuss the future. The question here is if they'll even have a future after Carly finds out Joss, Eden McCoy, is working for Brennan as one of the most recent WSB agents. Meanwhile, Dante, Dominic Zamprogna, gives Anna, Finola Hughes, food for thought. These two suspect that Joss works for the WSB and is investigating Professor Dalton, Daniel Goddard, since she is his summer assistant. In the sneak peek at the end of Friday's episode, Dante asks Anna, "Do you think she knows what she's getting into?" Wait until Dante finds out one of the reasons why Joss decided to say yes to the spy life, to take down his father. Vaughn, Bryce Durfee, and Joss just tailed the courier who snagged the bag Dalton left at the Metro Court pool. She left on a plane for Paris, although that may not be her final destination. Vaughn fancies himself a bit of a mentor to Joss. So it's not a shock to find out that Vaughn has a stern warning for Jocelyn. What or who does his advice involve? While Brooke Lynn, Amanda Seton, is in for a surprise, Jason, Steve Burton, is on the move. He dropped off Sasha, Sophia Matson, with Robert, Tristan Rogers. Later, at the French airport, he thinks he spotted someone who looked a lot like Britt Westburn, Kelly Thibaud. According to GH's sneak peek, he will try to figure out a way to get to the woman he saw board a plane. Jason also gets nostalgic, which might mean he starts thinking about his past with Britt. While he may take a trip down memory lane, will he decide to get on a plane back to Port Charles, or will he search for this mystery Britt lookalike? Carly Corinthos has always been the kind of woman who throws herself into the fire rather than waiting for the flames to find her. Fiercely loyal, stubborn to a fault, and more vulnerable than she'd ever admit, Carly has seen her fair share of heartbreak, betrayal, and reinvention. But now, as July 21 rolls in, all eyes are on her unlikely connection with Brennan, the polished and powerful WSB figure who, despite his checkered history, may just be the man Carly never saw coming. And this week, the question burning across Port Charles is simple but seismic. Are Carly and Brennan headed toward a real future, or is their tenuous bond about to implode before it ever gets off the ground? In the wake of Sunny's spiral and Jason's uncertain loyalty, Carly's life has felt like a complicated chess game with far too many players and no clear winning move. But Brennan's sudden reappearance in her orbit has shifted the dynamics in ways no one, least of all Carly, could have predicted. When Brennan first entered the picture, it was under suspicion, threat, and layers of deception. Yet somehow, through their carefully controlled confrontations and moments of unexpected honesty, something raw and real started to flicker between them. That flicker might now be turning into something more. But this isn't your typical soap romance. It's layered with danger, history, and compromise. This July 21, fans will see Carly and Brennan sit down for one of the most emotionally charged conversations of the summer. It's not just about attraction or flirtation anymore. It's about choices, futures, risk. As they talk about where they go from here, Carly is forced to reckon with who she's been and who she might still become if she lets Brennan in, truly in. For Brennan, the conversation is equally loaded. He's carrying secrets the size of continents, and letting Carly in could jeopardize not only his mission but her safety. And yet, he's drawn to her in a way he can't explain. She's unpredictable, vibrant, utterly fearless. For a man who thrives on control, Carly is his biggest vulnerability. Sources close to production suggest that this upcoming scene was shot with high intensity and a deliberate sense of ambiguity. Laura Wright and Charles Mauger reportedly delivered powerhouse performances that had the crew whispering behind the scenes about the duo's crackling chemistry. There's a tension between them that feels both combustible and deeply emotional, one insider shared. They're both fighters, but there's a tenderness that creeps in unexpectedly. It's not what you expect, but it's exactly what makes it work. But let's not forget, Brennan is no white knight. His past is littered with morally grey decisions, covert missions, and alliances that Carly would never co-sign if she knew the full truth. Is she about to fall for a man who's still capable of betraying her in the name of the greater good? Or is Brennan truly trying to carve out something real with her, away from the shadows of the WSB? These are the questions that swirl as their talk takes an emotional turn this Sunday. And speaking of shadows, Carly has a few of her own. Sonny may be on a downward spiral, but he's still a factor, always will be. There's also the looming issue of Jason, her closest friend and former confidant, whose choices lately have raised more questions than answers. Could Jason's eventual discovery of Carly's bond with Brennan cause a fracture that can't be repaired? Some spoilers hint that Jason is already growing wary of Brennan's influence and may soon take action to protect Carly, whether she wants him to or not. Meanwhile, Drew's absence is still felt, and Carly is keenly aware of the emotional wreckage that has piled up around her. For someone who has always operated from a place of strength, Carly is now forced to navigate uncertainty with no safety net. That vulnerability is something Brennan sees, respects, and maybe even relates to. In a rare moment of softness, viewers may hear Brennan reveal a painful piece of his past, a moment that shifts Carly's perspective and sends her into a spiral of empathy and fear. She knows falling for someone like Brennan isn't just risky, it's potentially catastrophic. And yet, against the odds, there's something real sparking in the silence between their words. Whether it's a shared glance, a gentle hand on the shoulder, or the raw confession of, "I don't know where this is going, but I can't walk away," Carly and Brennan are teetering on the edge of something neither expected. And that's what makes it dangerous. The fan base is already divided. Some are rooting hard for Carly to embrace this new chapter and leave the past behind. Others are sounding alarm bells, warning that Brennan's past makes him too much of a liability, especially for someone with as many enemies as Carly. But no matter which side you're on, there's no denying that Carly and Brennan are giving off the kind of heat that can't be ignored. It's the classic soap conundrum. Do you follow your heart, even if your head is screaming danger? As the week progresses, more complications are expected to arise. Rumors suggest that a new threat tied to Brennan's past could make its way to Port Charles, forcing him to make a choice between protecting Carly or completing his mission. Carly, ever defiant, may make her own choices that put her in the line of fire, literally. This isn't just a romantic detour. This could be the beginning of a war that pulls in half the town. There's also talk of a cryptic document Brennan receives, one that could shake the very foundation of their budding relationship. Is he hiding something massive from Carly? Something that could change how she sees him forever? Or is he trying to protect her from knowledge that could put her in direct danger? Either way, fans should brace themselves for twists, betrayal, and emotional fallout that will leave Carly questioning everything, including herself. Laura Wright has been vocal about loving Carly's evolution this year. In recent interviews, she hinted that Carly's next arc would explore choices she never thought she'd have to make. That's already proving true with this storyline. Carly has always been fiercely independent, but is she ready to trust again after so much betrayal? Is she ready to allow herself to be loved? Not just admired or desired, but truly seen. Brennan, for his part, is facing a personal reckoning. For all his calculated moves and tactical brilliance, Carly disarms him. And in a world where trusting the wrong person can get you killed, Carly is both his weakness and his potential salvation. That push-pull dynamic is what makes their scenes so electric. It's not just about chemistry. It's about survival, morality, redemption, and longing. As Carly and Brennan's story deepens, General Hospital is crafting a love story that feels fresh, risky, and grounded in emotional truth. It's not a fairy tale. It's a battlefield. And neither of them may walk away unscathed. This Sunday, fans should watch closely. Every word matters. Every silence is loaded. Every look carries history and hope. Will Carly take a step forward into a future with Brennan? Or will the weight of the past drag her back into the safety of what she already knows? And can Brennan truly walk away from his WSB past? Or will that world come crashing down on both of them before they have a chance to explore what might be? Stay tuned, because in Port Charles, even the quietest conversation can change everything. And Carly's next move may not just change her life. It could alter the course of the town forever. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.